It appears that all is not well within the Ronaldo clan. Sure, the Manchester United forward does strike us as someone who happens to have a rich and very close family, but we all know that a lot of things on social media can be totally detached from reality. The player's girlfriend, Georgina Rodriguez, has been called an evil woman by her uncle, and we're going to tell you why he had such strong words to say. Everton are having a cataclysmic season and shows no signs of stopping anytime soon. The Toffees are in serious relegation trouble, and a lot of things have contributed to their quick descent this season. If Erling Haaland leaves, Borussia Dortmund have Youssoufa Moukoko in the wings. Only thing is that the young striker wants assurances over his status as an undisputed starter before he signs a new deal. Jorge Sampaoli is eager to sign Gerard Deulofeu this January, and the player might also want to leave Italy for good. William Saliba is having a great season in France with Marseilles, and the youngster is not too keen on returning to his parent club Arsenal. However, there are certain things that need to be done in order for the player to extend his stay at the Velodrome. Jorge Mendes is a busy man right now and has reportedly arrived at Barcelona to complete a few transfers. So you lot know the drill. If you like the video, hit the subscribe button and turn your notifications on. Monument of English football, accustomed to playing at the top of the table, Everton are today in a terrible and perhaps unprecedented crisis. The Toffees have often had ups and downs, but this 2021-22 season is really quite something. Internal tension, management problems, planning divergence, controversial managerial hiring, chaotic results – there are so many issues for the Merseysiders. The situation is critical for a team which is in 16th place and only 4 points away from the drop zone. More than ever, the Merseyside club is sailing on sight and will have to quickly straighten the course to avoid sinking. A new disappointment, one more that pushes Everton into an endless nightmare. On Saturday, the Toffees received Aston Villa with the aim of bouncing back. With only one win in the last 13 Premier League games, it was necessary to find the path of success at all cost against the Villains, who are progressing well under Steven Gerrard. Abused and in a meeting where former player Luca Digne was the victim of a bottle-throwing incident, Everton lost to an Emiliano Buendia goal in the 45th minute. An 11th loss in 20 league matches this season, which testifies a little more the problems encountered by this team. A rare bright spot for the team, Demarai Gray made quite an ominous observation at the end of the match. "I thought we showed the desire in the fight, but that just wasn't the case. The energy was there, we can't fault our spirit or our determination, but we were lacking in quality today. We have to keep working, and hopefully we'll start picking up points. We know the position in which we find ourselves. I think we fought well today and worked hard all week. We're obviously disappointed to lose again. We just have to stick together and take responsibility." Since arriving back to the Premier League from Bayer Leverkusen, the English winger has notched 5 goals and provided 2 assists in 19 games. This was a very good signing, but overall, Everton's scouting department has been making a lot of bad calls, from signing players to selecting the wrong managers maybe. They've paid for their lack of planning since the departure of David Moyes all those years ago. Carlo Ancelotti steadied them a little bit, but left for Real Madrid, and since then it's been chaotic at Goodison Park. Rafa Benitez's tactics weren't right, while owner Farhad Moshiri has not been very shrewd either, even though he's poured millions into the club. He's only 17, but you've been hearing about him for a long time. Indeed, the very precocious Youssoufa Moukoko has impressed all of Germany since he was a kid, breaking all records with Borussia Dortmund's youth teams. He also became the youngest player to score in the Bundesliga last season. The German youth international is, without a doubt, one of the main assets of the club and seems destined for a bright future. Only the latter will be written on the side of Dortmund. Nothing is less certain, especially after the information revealed on Tuesday by the Daily Bild. The player has 7 appearances in the Bundesliga with only 100 minutes of action. His contract ends in 2023, and he hasn't signed an extension yet. According to the newspaper, the teenager is indeed thinking about leaving the club, in particular because of his relatively meagre playing time. His agent, Patrick Williams, confirmed it to the media. It is not obvious that Youssoufa is extending with BVB. Yes, he has been set back a bit by injuries this season. Yes, the competition at BVB is of course fierce, but the game time he needs at the current stage of his career, he is hardly getting that at Dortmund at the moment. Of course, we are thinking about what is best for the future. statements that may surprise, especially because the player, although little used, is still very young. But above all, the media, which is still based on the words of the agent of the German player, indicates that several big clubs in England and Spain have already positioned themselves. The start of a new soap opera, perhaps? Only time will tell. Luis Enrique has decided to not leave Marseille. The Brazilian has been monitored by several clubs this season, but to be honest, he hasn't impressed Jordi Alba a lot, which is why he hasn't made a lot of appearances this season. And it appears that Les Phocéens are all set to make another addition this January. They want to sign Gerard Deulofeu, who's a very well-travelled player and can offer something unique to a team that's eyeing a return to Champions League football next season. Very important at Udinese, where he has 6 goals and 2 assists in 20 games, the Spaniard has attracted the interest of several Italian and foreign clubs, including Olympique de Marseille. His profile is very popular with Jorge Sampaoli, who is a fan of him. Udinese, though, aren't too eager to let the Spanish international leave the club this month. However, if Marseille come up with a serious offer, they'll bite for sure. Meanwhile, Marseille would also love to tie down William Saliba to a long-term deal. At a club like that, when you're on loan, you act like you're going to stay for years. You enjoy every game. I try not to think about what will happen next. At the end of December, William Saliba was rather evasive about his future in an interview with Eurosport. The loan deal with Arsenal doesn't include an option to buy, which makes things complicated for Marseille. According to La Provence, the player whose contract with the Gunners expires in 2023 is quite comfortable in Marseille. He particularly loves life within the team under Jorge Sampaoli. For him, staying at the club is clearly a possibility that he would welcome. Only, there are 2 hiccups specified by the newspaper. To consider a permanent transfer, Olympique de Marseille will have to qualify for the next edition of the Champions League, which is quite possible since the Phocéens are currently 3rd and could even go 2nd if they continue to be consistent. On the other hand, there's this ban on signing players. If Marseille's appeal were to be rejected, it would make it impossible for him to sign this summer. So it's hard to really know where Saliba will play next year. The Portuguese super agent has arrived in Catalonia to get a few deals done. If there's one player who's at the heart of criticism in Barcelona, it is Jordi Alba. The veteran fullback feels that he's been singled out for many years, but believes that some of it has been harsh. For some time, Barca have been looking for a replacement, with Nicolas Tagliafico seen as a player who could be a perfect fit. Joan Laporta loves his loan deals, and Mendes is also looking to see if he can make it happen. At the same time, the young Alejandro Balde is likely to be sent the other way, since he's considered too young to be given Alba's responsibilities. We've all got that one relative who has to act out every now and then, don't we? Well, there's also a family circus within the Ronaldo clan, which means that they are human after all. Apparently, Georgina Rodriguez's uncle believes that she has forgotten how he took care of her when her father spent some time in jail after he was caught smuggling thousands of dollars worth of drugs. She may feel ashamed of us and consider she's better than us because we don't live with her luxury. I've never asked her for anything. She has only rung once or twice since I found out she was dating Ronaldo, he said. The unhappy uncle says that he made sure that both Georgina and her sister had a comfortable enough life. And he's made sure to let Ronaldo know about his niece, stating that he is currently spending his life with a very evil woman. Well, we didn't see that one coming, did we?